Hello students, in the previous videos we have already discussed about different basic concepts and different formulas which are required for the calculation of national income and which are related with the aggregates. Now today we will discuss about the categorization of domestic income. That means we will discuss in deep about domestic income. Domestic income means NDPFC. That means net domestic product at factor cost. So we will discuss about this in detail. Now first of all, we must know what is domestic income. Domestic income means the factor income earned by the domestic persons or the normal residents of the country. That means domestic income means the income which is earned by the people of our nation by their hard work. That all includes under domestic income. Now, domestic income, that is NDPFC. Within a nation, domestic income is earned by two ways. That is one from the private sector and the other one from the government sector. So, the first one is income from domestic product accruing to private sector. That is, in short, we may call it IPS, income from private sector. So, IPS means the income earned by the private sector. The total income which is earned by the private sector is included under this category. After this, domestic income also includes the income from the government sector, which means income from domestic product accruing to public or government sector. In short, we can say income from government sector, IGS. That means the income which is earned by the government sector. So, domestic income may be earned by two ways. One from the total income from the private sector which is earned is included in domestic, and the second one is income from the government sector. Together, they make the domestic income of the nation. And here accruing means total income collected under private sector, and total income collected under government sector. So they together make, when added, they together make the domestic income of the nation, that is NDPFC. Now again, this government sector income is divided into two parts. That means income which is earned under this government sector, that is earned by two ways. The first one is income from property and entrepreneurship accruing to government administrative departments. That means government may earn income from the entrepreneurship or from the property they are having. For example, railways. So this is the one mode of earning income of the government, and the second one is savings of non-department enterprise. That means the savings of the government. So that is the second mode of earning income of the government. So again, the government income is earned by two ways. First one is income from property and entrepreneurship accruing to government administrative departments. That means income from property and entrepreneurship. And the second is savings of the government. So if in the question this income is not directly given, then we may find out this with the help of these two incomes. These two data, if given in the question, we will add this data and we will get this income, income from government sector. And again, when in this income we add the income from private sector, we will add these two, we will get the domestic income. So in this way, finally, we will be able to find out the domestic income. Now, after discussing this domestic income, we have discussed about government sector income in detail. Now we will discuss about this private sector income. What is private sector income? Now, what is private income? In personal income, we include the private income first. Private income means it includes all the income which is earned by the hard work of the people of our nation, plus the income which is transferred by uh, different means to them. It also includes that income. Usually in this we include the income which is earned by the hard work of the people of our nation. But in private income, all types of income which is coming in this category. So in private income, all the income, whether the people of our nation earned by their hard work or income transferred to them, all types of income are included in private income. So in this way, private income may include these 5 ways. That means private income may be approached or reached by adding these 5 ways. The first one is income from domestic product accruing to private sector, that is IPS, which we have discussed here. That means income earned by the people of our nation by their hard work. First of all, we will include this in calculating private income. The second is NFIA, that means net factor income from abroad. That means the income which is earned by the people of our nation from abroad by serving as a factor to the companies or organizations outside our nation. Whatever they are paying to the people of our nation, that is included in NFIA, net factor income from abroad. This is also included in private income. Now, the third one is national debt interest. Sometimes the private sector used to give loans to the government, and the government used to pay interest to the private sector for that loan. This makes the national debt interest, and this is also the income of the nation, the private income of the nation. So this is included in the private income. Now after this, we are having net current transfer from government. Sometimes the private sector is getting the gifts or subsidies, such type of transfers from the government. So these are also included in the calculation of private income. Now after that, the last one, net current transfer from rest of the world. That means if such type of gifts, subsidies or any payments received by our nation which are not earned by the hard work, that includes net current transfer from rest of the world. If such type of income are getting from outer world, then this makes net current transfer from rest of the world, and this is also included in the calculation of private income. So when we add all these 5 things, we will get the private income. Now after this, we will discuss about personal income. It is that part of private income received by the households. That means whatever the corporates are earning as a private sector, out of that total earning, that private income, they used to pay, the companies used to pay different corporate taxes to the government, and some part of their private income they used to keep as retained earnings, some part they have to keep as savings, some part they have to keep as undistributed profits for their future. So when we deduct corporate tax, retained earnings, savings, undistributed profit, all these things from the private income, so whatever is left, that is called personal income. And this is the income which is there to distribute among the persons who are involved in the generation of this private income. So this is called personal income. That means whatever the corporates are earning, the companies are earning, out of that, when all the taxes and savings are deducted, so after that, whatever is left, that amount is to be distributed among the persons who are involved in the generation of that income. So that is called personal income. Now after personal income, we will discuss about personal disposable income. Income in economics is denoted by Y. So here the short form of personal disposable income is PDY. Now, personal disposable income means the income which is at our disposal to spend. That means whatever income we are earning, we have to pay different taxes to the government on that income. We know that we have to pay the income tax and different other payments we have to make to government. Different indirect taxes are there, different payments are there to our corporations, municipals, many installments are there. So after deducting all those compulsory payments out of our earned income, whatever income is left with us at our disposal to spend, that is called personal disposable income. That means now out of that income we have to make no other payments. All that income is at our disposal for expenditure. And one more thing is there. Whatever income at our disposal for expenditure, we may spend all the income, or we may save all the income, or some part of it we may spend, or some part of it we may save. So one more formula we can say have to get the personal disposable income. That means when personal consumption expenditure is added with personal savings, we will get the personal disposable income, PDY.